Hello guys, in this video we will do georeferencing. Georeferencing is basically when you have raster data or raster images doesn't have a spatial reference. So when you add it to the map, it doesn't go into the right location. So georeferencing is making the raster layers we have match the spatial reference we have, and we put it in the right location. So we are going to start by opening ArcMap on a new document. And we are going to add our base map first, and we are going to choose OpenStreetMap. Now we have our OpenStreetMap. We will zoom to California, and we are going to save this as a bookmark, and we will call it California. And now, before we add our raster data, I want you to come here and right click and enable the georeferencing toolbar. When you enable the georeferencing toolbar, you will see that everything is disabled. And the reason it's disabled because you don't have any raster layers in here. Once we add raster layers, you will see that this toolbar have been enabled. So let's add our 3 raster layers that we used in the previous video. So here you will go to your course data folder, you will go to advanced, California, and you will add California GIF, Los Angeles freeways JPG, and Orange County cities PNG files. We're going to add them here. Here it's giving us an error saying that this layers or this raster images doesn't have any spatial reference, and that's expected. We will say okay for this error because the reason from the georeferencing is try to match it with the map spatial reference. You cannot see the images we added right here because actually it will be added because it doesn't have any spatial reference and ArcMap don't know where to put it, so we don't know where actually this layers is. So we can right click on any one of them and say zoom to layer, and it will show us where this image at. If we want to see where the image at, we can zoom out. And you will see that the entire image is actually located here somewhere in the middle of the map. It's very small. In order to be able to see this image and do the georeferencing, we will go to our bookmark again, California, and we will choose which layer we want to work on first. We will work on California, so we are going to hide Los Angeles freeways and Orange County cities, and we're gonna choose this one. And then you see a list of all the raster layers or the raster images you have in your table of content. So the one we are going to work on is California, so that's why we choose it. And in order to bring it to where we are right now, we need to come here to georeferencing and click fit to display. So now ArcMap bring the image to where we at, but still not matching exactly where we want it to be. And in order to do that, we need to match some points from the raster to the base map. And because I cannot see the base map, so I cannot actually have the right points in the right locations. So what we will do, we will come here in the table of content, we will right click on California, we will go to properties, and we will go to display and change the transparency to, let's say, 65%. So now I have the raster layer is transparent, and I can see the raster layer and I can see what's below the raster layer. The next step to add the points to do the georeferencing is come to this tool here, which called control points. So we are going to add control points to match the raster image to our base map to make California be in the right place. It's pretty close already, which is a good thing, but we wanted to make it as close as possible. It's not gonna be perfect, but using this tool, we'll try to make it as close as possible. And keep in mind that you don't need to use more than 5 or 6 points, so we will see how to do that. So we choose this tool here, and we zoom to one area. Let's start, for example, by this area here. And again, remember when I told you to use your keyboard shortcuts, so I'm gonna do the C to do the pan, and I'm gonna do the Z to zoom in. And now I have my raster layer here and my base map here, so I'm gonna try to create a point from here to here to match this area. See, now the image have moved. if I zoom back again, and I will see the map shifted. So this is just one point, make the map shifted in a certain way. The second place we will put our second control point, maybe we can put it right here. There's no specific way to put the point, but try to make it in different places so the image can fit in the right place. So here we will take this corner and match it with this corner here. And when we go back, we will see that it became more matching to California. Now we will go down more using the C to pan. And as you see on the top side of the map, it looks nice, but here it's still totally shifted. So what we will do is I'm gonna try to zoom here and try to match this point of the raster to this point in the map. So I already have the control. I'm gonna put the third point right here. So now if we zoom back, and now we will try to go to another area, let's say right here. And we will try to match this point with this point here. Always keep in mind that when you create your points, you need to make sure that the start point is the one that have the raster, and then you take it to the base map. You don't do the opposite. If you do the opposite, it will mess up everything. You always have to start from the raster image and go to where you want this point to be there. Also, for example, if you are by mistake you clicked somewhere and you don't want to create this point, you just press escape button on the keyboard and it will remove it for you. Also, when you are doing your point, you can in the same time do the panning and do the zoom before you add your second point. So if I want to make sure that I am adding my point to the right location, I can simply press the Z and zoom, and then I make sure that I put it in the right location. And now we have 4 points. Let's see how our map looks like. It's pretty good, not bad, just a little bit shift in here and there. So we have 4 points. We will add 5 more, so we will add the 5th one here, and the last one we will add it right here. Always keep in mind that sometimes it cannot be exactly perfect match, so however you can get it as close as possible, that's good enough. So here we will add our 5th point right here, and we will go back and zoom to this area here and add our last point right here. So let's see how it looks like right now. Looks good enough. For me, that's good enough. Also, if you want to remove any certain points and add other points, you can open your link table here, and you can see the control points that you created, all of them. And when you click on any one of them, you will see it highlighted, and you can actually disable it or enable it or delete it. If you press delete on the keyboard, it will be deleted, and you can replace this point with any other point. And we have a tool here called auto registration, and this will create automatic control points for you. So most of the time it messes up the map, so if you use it, try to see how it works for you, but we can try it in the next image. Here, select a link. You can use this tool to select a specific point, and here you click on the zoom to selected link point just to zoom to it. And here you can delete this link that you are selected. And here you can click viewer to just view the image the way it is before we change anything. So that shows you the image without any transparency, and it shows you the control points we added. So this is just a view for your raster. So now after we finished adding our control points and it looks nice for us, we will come right here and click rectify. Rectify will save this control points and the spatial reference for the raster image anywhere we want. So when we click rectify, it will give us some information here, and it will ask us where do we want to save this this georeferencing and the control points we created. We will save it in our geodatabase, and we will click save. And after you rectify or you save your current control points, if you did any changes, you can come here and say update georeferencing, and it will update it for you. So after you click update georeferencing, now we finished our georeferencing for this image. Now we can actually close the control and we can come back here and choose properties and go and make the display 0 again. So now the next thing we will do is do the same for the other two raster images. So for example, let's choose LA freeways. Let's enable it first and zoom to it to see how it looks like. So as we see here, it starts from the bottom of California up to Los Angeles area. So we are going to go back to our California and we will zoom into the area of interest from San Diego to Los Angeles. So if we chose LA freeways here and we did fit to display, as you see here, it's getting closer. Also, you can use these tools here. Here you use this tool rotate to rotate the image if it's not the right direction. You can rotate it however you want. And also the second one is shift, so you can move your image anywhere you want before you start doing your georeferencing, and you can do scale to make it smaller or bigger. So here again we cannot see where we are going to put our points, so we will do the same thing. I'll let you do it for the other two images, where you do the transparency and add at least 5 or 6 points to finish your georeferencing. And now we finished our LA freeway georeferencing was with only 4 points. I started with the one on the bottom here, and then the third one was right here, and then the last one was right here. Now it looks right for me to use it to draw our freeways later. Now we will do the last one, Orange County. So we are going to do the same here, rectify and save. And we will do georeferencing, update georeferencing, and now we are done with the freeway raster image. So now we will hide it. We will enable the Orange County one, and again we will do the same here. I'll say fit to display. Now as you see, this is the Orange County map and this is the cities inside of it, and we will match it with this area right here. So we are going to zoom into this area to the Orange County location, and we will enable our Orange County cities, and we will say again fit to display, and we will change the transparency and do our control points, same thing we did with the other two raster layers. And as you see here, just with 3 points for this specific raster, we were able to draw it exactly right. So we are going to rectify, save, and do update georeferencing. Now we are done with our georeferencing. So if we go to our California bookmark, and we can see the entire state of California, and we can see Orange County, and we can see LA freeways right here, because we are going to digitize this raster images to create our vector files or our feature classes. So after we finish this one, you can come here and say I don't want the georeferencing anymore. And what I want you to do right now is to come and save this MXD in your California folder. We're gonna call it California. And in the next video, we will add our feature classes and start to do some editing. We'll see you next one. Thanks.